We live.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Can't really hear music.
All right, let's try that again. Well, that didn't work. We'll try that again. All right, I can hear myself.
Music never works.
That's because you gotta click a Chrome tab and click the sound. You know.
There we go.
Well, how's everyone doing? Figure start with a little bit of boogie music there, yeah? So,
yeah.
How's everyone doing? Well, we got some information, some juicy things going on, and I've been up all night and haven't been to sleep yet. So, hey, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, we have an outlaw in our midst.
Oh, we do? Who would that be?
Me.
Really?
Some genius got me shadow banned on Twitter. And all I will say on the matter is the person that got me shadow banned, just wait, because karma will get you. And I cannot wait for that day, good person out there. Oh, and the only other thing is I will step on you like the insignificant ant that you are. And that's my thoughts on the topic. But yes, I am in semi-Twitter jail. Which, by the way, if anybody out there, if you ever get shadow banned on Twitter, just a reminder, they can keep you in that status as long as they like, because it's not a technical ban. So you will have very limited functionality on your Twitter account, but technically you're not banned. So they can just keep you in limbo like that. This happened to James Woods, the notable actor, for the longest time before they actually outright banned him. So just keep that in mind, people. Twitter has no problem censoring you at any time. And that's why free speech is so important.
Yep.
Okay, I said my piece on the subject.
Hail razor clams.
Hail to razor clams. Razor clams.
Hail to the guinea pigs.
Release the guinea pigs.
All shall be assimilated. So what is going on, good people in the chat? Light up the chat for us. Make sure that you share this, hit the like, and do it now, or I will send my army of guinea pigs out to your house to take off your little toes.
Oh, let's release them anyway. Hey, Drew, what you got to say in the matter?
On the guinea pigs? Oh, let them go.
What was that?
I said let them go.
What was that?
Let them go, baby.
Let who go?
The guinea pigs.
You sure Razor Clams weren't in there somewhere? Well, we've got some things to go over here. Okay, let's see here. Let's get that up there. I wish I could share two screens at once. Let's see here. All right. We're going to go with the Matt McGlowan article. All right. Abrams cut leaks from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker by Matt McGlowan. With Disney Star Wars failing and The Rise of Skywalker not being up to par among both critics and fans alike. The blame game is now happening as Abrams' cut is currently trending on Twitter following a Reddit leak. Yeah, a Reddit leak. Yeah. The leak that Disney is to blame for The Rise of Skywalker not being as good as it could have been, particularly with certain scenes, and that things aren't the fault of director and co-writer J.J. Abrams. So, who do we think is at fault?
Oh, I think I think somebody
boy,
definitely sympathetic.
You guys.
Somebody that's definitely sympathetic to Abrams.
Yeah.
Let that out.
Hey, Tommy.
You know who's sympathetic to Abrams? The whole Disney house. They don't call it the House of Mouse for nothing, you idiot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I hope you got that experimental mousetrap ready.
The mousetrap is in full effect, and I am just preparing to release it. My army of guineas will be sledding it out shortly to Orlando.
Yep. Well, before we get into the leaks, what is interesting is that the editor of The Rise of Skywalker has opened up about the problems faced during production, offering that they had a lot less time to work on the movie than The Force Awakens and had to rush things as the release date for TROS couldn't be changed via IndieWire. Well, let's see here. We were definitely still trying to figure out a lot of stuff. Brandon said about the sped up editing process. It's a struggle. It affected everything about a third of the way through. Lucasfilm president Kathy Kennedy. Oh, not Kathleen Kennedy? I think KK should work instead. Was like JJ has got to spend more time in the cutting room. And I knew that wasn't going to happen. Not with the schedule that we were on. Now, with what he was dealing with on a daily basis, he was just exhausted at the end of the day. I'd say he looked more than just exhausted. I'd say he looked pretty damn stressed out. You see those care lines and those wrinkles that he didn't used to have? How many franchises is he going to destroy next?
Thousands!
You never
It
knew.
was never ending. I would just like to point out 2 directors entered, 1 franchise left emasculated. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the end of a franchise is here.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
maybe even the end of a company.
could be.
This is the way. This is the way. Disney has shown us the way. This is how creativity dies, with thunderous applause.
Yeah. And guess what? The media mentioned us. Twice. We were mentioned twice. by J.J.
close.
Abrams once in an interview and by the BBC. So we're living in their heads rent free. How about that?
Oh yeah, they know. They know that it just isn't, some little tiny, subsection of the fandom. They know that the majority of the fandom is ticked off. And again, JJ saw it. The people in the big positions are starting to notice because they're noticing the hit to the wallet. So yeah, and I'm telling you, all of you guys out there, collectively, as the fandom menace, we're making a difference, and we are winning. And that's why Bear always has winning in the beautiful graphics that we have up. There's a reason for that, because we are, and we'll continue to win this culture war as long as we don't hand over our money to stupidity.
It's not just the money. We just got to make sure we don't hand over our balls and other digits as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's certain particular jewels that need to remain where they're at. They're not quite sought after like diamonds, but they do provide life, So there's that. Worth a mention that Abrams is now at Warner Media. Warner Media. What do they have to worry about? Back
the competition, the rivals.
Yes, the rivals. As he recently signed a huge deal to develop projects, first said by yours truly, to include DC projects like Superman and Green Lantern and more. Wow, that's a very pouty mug right there. He looks pissed. You think he's pissed about what they did the Rise of Skywalker?
God bless America.
Maybe a
Adam
little.
Driver for the new Superman.
Who,
God
where,
bless
what?
Canada.
Adam Driver for the new Superman. Fuck it.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
I'm gonna take that as a leak. Abrams cut Star Wars
Maybe
The Rise of Skywalker
Bizarro.
leaks. Regarding the new leaks, Reddit claims to have spoken with someone who worked closely on the production of The Rise of Skywalker and works for one of the major companies. It claimed that Disney screwed over J.J. Abrams. Disney sees WB as a major threat and was involved in the bidding war for Bad Robot and Abrams again. Abrams went with WB. I wonder why he went with WB. Disney sees Marvel as the new Star Wars. Yeah, I wonder. And DC, yeah, I can talk. DC is a threat. And that since Abrams has big success reinventing franchises. There we go. They don't want Abrams doing a successful fan-pleasing Superman movie. You know what? I got to say this right now. If they screw up Superman, you know what? I ain't going to it. Just ain't. Nope. No. So Disney's goal is to make JJ look bad to potential investor shareholders. I don't know about that. I think he's made himself look bad with his mystery box stuff.
He doesn't need any help.
And that JJ was devastated and blindsided by this.
No, I'm telling you though, they did give him, I'm certainly
I can believe it.
Abrams' defender, but they gave him the Gareth Edwards treatment. Remember, Gareth Edwards was one of the rare people that put his foot down. That's why Rogue One was arguably the best Disney Star Wars movie that there was, because he stuck to his guns. But you notice they pretty much blacklisted him from ever coming back, because he wanted to come back and do other work on Star Wars because Gareth Edwards liked it. But after they basically blacklisted him from ever coming back, and by the way, tried to, sort of ruin his credibility in the industry, I am not surprised that they pulled this on JJ too. Because for all accounts, the movie would still have been not the greatest in the world, but JJ had it set up that it was basically, it was just going to be like The Force Awakens, a paint by the numbers, Star Wars movie, and that was that. It wasn't. It was just gonna, try and be sort of like, I guess, a rehash, but it wasn't. It wasn't to this level awful of what Troz is. There's blatantly when you sit back and you watch the movie, and I've seen it twice now. When you sit back and you watch the movie, you can tell the spots that were intentionally cut out, left on the cutting room floor, and there's no flow in between scenes or usually in a movie you can sort of pick out the act 1, act 2. There's no sort of even where you can pick that out. It's just it's just a jumble. And there's a reason for that. And I fully believe this leak 100%. 100%. And they're trying to be petty about it because I guarantee you, I've heard that they're trying to sabotage JJ as far as even before he gets started on anything for Warner Brothers. Now that he moved over there,
well, they've been known to sabotage other movies as well.
Yeah, he's just they are like really doing him dirty. And again, I'm not an Abrams defender. He's definitely not that talented. He's maybe a little above average as far as, I guess, what the Hollywood standard is, but he's not anything like great. He's not the messiah of movie making. But yeah, they really did him dirty, in this case. So.
Well, what did you think? Did you think we were going to let him work for the competition? You either work for the mouse or you don't work anywhere.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Go on, say something, CJ.
Yeah, come on, chime in, Jesus.
Come on,
Jesus.
do it.
Do it now.
Well,
I'm just waiting for Bear to say his piece.
Well, you don't know what Bear's doing. He might be stuffing his face. Say something.
Say something. Something.
Wow,
It's not helping.
This is prime time entertainment. Let me tell you.
Prime time.
Oh my goodness!
Look, CJ, I know they do things a little bit differently in Canada, but holy cow, man, you need to step up your game. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know you're in another time zone and all, but that doesn't mean that your mental responses should be that much slower.
Like Bob,
funny.
like Bob and Doug McKenzie, eh? Take off your whole.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is I need you to step outside, adjust the rabbit ears on your dial-up, so maybe you can get a better frequency.
We love you, Tommy.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to add to that, really, other than maybe Disney is committing fraud.
No, I don't think that they're actively committing fraud, but they're sure as heck, being petty.
Yeah,
they're being petty because they're soft blacklisting somebody from work, and that is just like on the scale of ethics. I mean, you know where that goes. That's terrible.
Razor clamps.
You don't do that to somebody. Exactly, Tommy. They're giving them the razor clamps.
They're giving you the razor clams in the chat. Hail to everybody in the chat.
Yes, hail chat. It's good to see everyone. Oh man, Thomas Gilkey.
Yeah, he's good people too.
Oh, I like Thomas Gilkey. Big shout out, by the way.
Razor clams.
Big shout out, by the way, to Thomas Gilkey.
Hail, Thomas Gilkey.
And everybody that helped, also Wes Moody for helping me out since I am in jail.
Best.
Wes Moody sent a tweet out earlier to help get me over 100 subs, and Thomas Gilkey helped in that effort, and I am now over 100 subs. So, thank you, all of you.
Lots of coffee. It's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, lots of coffee.
Tim Hortons coffee.
Well,
I can't say that I've ever had Tim Hortons coffee. I might have. It's been a while since I've been out east, but you know what? They did have a lot of oh man, I'm drawing a blank. What's the name of it?
Boston cream donut?
Well, Boston cream donuts are freaking yummy. Yeah.
You have to go to somewhere up by Buffalo to
Dunkin' Donuts. That's it. Dunkin' Donuts.
You have to go somewhere close around the Buffalo area before you start getting into Tim Hortons territory. But I can say I did try Tim Hortons coffee once, and it was pretty amazing. Thomas Gilkey, you thought it was overrated? See, I had never had it, so I thought it was freaking great. It was a great cup of coffee, but Thomas says Starbucks coffee is great. I like Starbucks too, but yeah, Tim Hortons just for regular coffee was really good. Starbucks, in my order, I always get like a grande caramel macchiato. And yeah, those are to die for as well.
Well, you go, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I mean, I don't get it often because obviously, the situation I'm stuck in. But man, yeah, when I can, I mean, that's my Starbucks go-to order.
The only time I've ever had coffee is free roadside coffee.
Hey, do you remember the hashtag for the guinea pigs?
Leroy Jenkins says, hey.
What was that hashtag for the guinea pigs? Put that hashtag in the private chat, and I will put it out there.
Release the guinea pigs.
Copy and paste is easier.
Robin's Donuts is pretty good too.
Yeah, I lived out in North Kingstown, Rhode Island, a long time ago. Back in 94, believe it or not. And Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. And in the middle of winter, in the middle of summer there, they drink iced coffee. Sugary cream stuff in iced coffee. And if you order a coffee there, you better tell them you want it black because they'll give you iced coffee or coffee with cream and sugar. You better let them know.
See, anyway. we always ask for double doubles. Which is basically cream and sugar.
I was gonna say, what the hell's a double double?
Double. It's double sugar, double cream.
Yeah.
Good stuff. If that's what you're in the mood for at that
Canadian
time.
lingo. Gotta get that Canadian lingo.
Double A.
All right, let's get back to this article. Abrams has been feeling down over the last 6 months because some of the ridiculous demands Disney had that changed his movie story. While the scenes were shot, a lot of the changes were made in post-production, and the audio was re-recorded and altered. My source said they've been seen anything like this happen before. He's the director, and he wasn't in the know about what they were doing behind his back. Apparently, JJ felt threatened over the month leading up to the premiere. Wow. The Redditor also offers up some cool ideas and scenes of Abrams that Disney decided against, with the following not happening because of China's policy against using ghosts in movie. Well, I guess Ghostbusters isn't playing in China, right? Worth a note is that Tross absolutely tanked in China.
Funny.
Yeah, it tanked. It completely tanked in China. Yep, completely. The ending that will blow your mind was part of this. Older actors were included, like Hayden, Ian, and Samuel, and anyone who wasn't animated. The Force Ghosts weren't meant to be voices because they shot the footage on camera. The actors were in costumes. Rey was supposed to be surrounded by Force Ghosts to serve as sort of barrier between her and the Sith surrounding them. Abrams is said to have cringed at the Fly Now line. Someone bounce out, huh?
I fat fingered the button.
Bueller.
I fat fingered the button.
Yeah, that's a newbie mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, I went full noob on that one. No lie.
Yep, you went full noob. Better to be full noob than fully naked in public, right? Abrams is said to have cringed at the "they fly low" line. What? They fly now line. Yeah, I cringed. I had to really make an effort not to laugh out loud really loudly.
Yeah.
Because it was stupid.
Well, see, this is the type of thing I was talking about, Bear. JJ wanted to do a movie that was, pretty much like safe down the middle. There wasn't a whole lot of really stupid over the top humor or anything like that. There wasn't any like cringeworthy humor like this. It was one of those just things that was just right there in the middle that could appeal to everybody. And he didn't have like that forced kind of crap in there. And I could see exactly how he would be ticked off about that as well. I mean, I would be mortified by that line. Everybody that saw that sequence, that isn't a low information Star Wars fan. Yeah, they cringed at that.
A lot of these deleted scenes seem interesting.
Well, yeah, of course. But leave it to them. Oh man, I have for them to treat any creator like that. I just have zero respect now for Disney.
Right.
I had no respect for them nearly before, but now I really have zero respect for them.
So according to this, JJ's original early November cut was 3 hours, 2 minutes long. And let's see, a Kylo Ren scene was supposed to be longer. That might be why there is two left hands in the lightsaber scene that's laying where the lightsabers are laying on the little piece of red cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Two left hands right there.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean that's proof. It doesn't mean it's Kylo's hand. But it makes it look kind of fishy. Two left hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's either a really bad mistake in the effects, or that's actually two left hands. Kylo on Mustafar's scene was 2 minutes longer. There was a moment where Kylo seemed a bit dizzy, and his vision was shown as blurry for a second, almost as if time stopped while everyone in the background was slow-mo fighting. Kylo hears Vader's breathing, then shakes his head, and time goes back to moving at a normal pace. He jumps right back into the battle, the scene from the trailer, where he knocks the guy down, which did end up in the movie later. Jannah was confirmed to be Lando's daughter. The Han Solo and Kylo scene was much different, as well as Rey force healing Kylo. Rey not only healed Kylo's face scar where she killed Kylo, where he healed Ben. Or she healed Ben. Did I just call she a he? Wow. Yeah, I've been up too long. Kylo ceased to exist when Rey healed him. My source mentioned that some people assume it was Han Solo who healed him, but that isn't true, and that wasn't Han Solo. That was Leia using her own memories as well as Ben's to create a physical manifestation of his own thoughts to nudge him towards what he needed to do. That was her own way of communicating with him. And it wasn't possible without her dying in the process. She made the ultimate sacrifice for her son. And this flew over people's heads with the Disney cut. So they're calling this one the Disney cut. But isn't it the KK cut? You know?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, it was her and the story group. Obviously, they pretty much overrode everything.
Yeah. You know. Let's slap a Band-Aid on it. Maybe that'll fix it.
Now, you know, with all this that came out, I'm intrigued. I kind of want to see the JJ cut. I'm really intrigued by that.
I would kind of like to not see any more of Star Wars from Disney, if you want to be quite honest.
Well, yeah,
I've really had more than my fill of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sell the rights, honestly.
So, what does Drew deserve?
Razor clams.
Razor clams.
Oh, God.
Finn wanting to tell Rey something was always meant to be Force sensitivity. In the third hour cut, it's explicitly stated there was a moment when Janna and he were running on top of that Star Destroyer, and Finn needed to unlock or move something, and he force moved it and acted surprised when it happened. This was replaced with a CGI BB-8 fixing whatever he needed to fix on there. Yeah. Yep. He should have been a Force sensitive. His character was just so screwed over. The Kylo death scene was supposed to be longer. The Kylo Rey scene where he dies was at least 4 minutes longer with some dialogue. Ben was always supposed to die. Source also added that if he wasn't, then that might have been in an earlier draft, which they haven't read. The first draft they read included Lando, the first few didn't. The Reylo kiss and Ben's death was not part of the reshoots. It was a part of the re-editing. Even the cut that JJ thought was coming out earlier this month had a longer version of that scene that was shown in theatrical cut. JJ was against the Reylo kiss or Reylo in general. This was Disney's attempt to please both sides of the fandom. Yeah. The Redditor's final thoughts claim JJ was not happy with where The Last Jedi took the story. The final result is a mix of that story and the story told by Disney and whoever they tried to impress. Certainly not the fans. JJ, yes, not the fans. Yeah. Yeah, let's make a hashtag out of that. Certainly not the fans. I think that'll be cool. All right, I'm going to make a hashtag out of that. JJ is gutted over the final result. Star Wars memes means a lot to him. And let's see. He had to sacrifice large chunks of the story in The Force Awakens, but he was promised more creative control on Cross. And instead, the leash they had him on was only tightened as time went by. A source said that this is the one franchise and the one piece of his work that he didn't want to mess up, and instead it turned into his worst nightmare when he found out that he was blindsided with the cut they presented. He said, "What the fuck?" when Kylo was fighting in the Knights of Ren, and Ren at the end of the Williams music that was used for it was not what he wanted at all. He seemed to think it was out of place. So, that being out of place, anyone got anything to say about that?
I mean, is anybody really surprised that everything was taken out of place? Of course, KK was going to put her own politics in, and she's been saying that right from the jump, and everybody just kind of glosses over that.
Who's
JJ
got the music in the
and
background?
Rianne Johnson list, they're no freaking better because both of them were on board with the nonsense that KK was putting out there, along with everybody that was in the freaking loop that is part of the movie department in Disney. Every single one of them knew. They all knew. And they're all trying to play stupid. And everybody's buying into this. I do not believe any of it. They are all complicit in this nonsense. They just want to create this socially acceptable view that they want to force on people with their PC correctness. And then they want to try to claim it's everybody else's fault when it starts falling apart and pointing the fingers elsewhere so they can try to save their own asses from getting fired. Because you know what? When it comes down in the end, it's all about money. When that board of directors looks at all the money that Disney has been losing, because you know what? Don't get it twisted, people. Disney is in debt for over $50 billion. And this is a fact, and you can look it up. When the board of directors looks into this
not to mention all the money
roll.
Not to mention all the money they're not claiming.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy just needs to go. They need to get her out of there. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, there's a good chance that he's gonna. I mean, the narrative's already being set for him to blame Disney for his downfalls.
Well, I wish JJ would grow a set and come out and say, hey, look, Disney's a bad company and they did me dirty. This is what they're pulling out.
If he did that, they would label him a pariah and he'd be blacklisted forever.
I know.
Not that wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm just saying if he did that,
they would allow the SJWs to go after him.
Yeah, he'd destroy his career overnight if he went and blamed on the blame game. Now, the actors, after their little agreements not to say nothing is up, and
yep.
I think they're going to start saying some stuff because they're already saying stuff that's kind of veiled. They've made their displeasure very well known. The Redditor's final thoughts claims, I think I already read part of that, means that he's lied to him. He had a sacrifice. Yeah, I already read that. JJ's cut still exists and will always exist. We most likely will never see it unless someone accidentally leaks it. Wouldn't that be nice? Although we can't condone that kind of behavior, can we?
I think I've seen...
about Finn.
Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry. No. I was saying that I think I've seen like some leaked images of Kylo on Tatooine.
Yeah, I thought I seen some leaked images too, but I don't show leaked images in videos or on live streams because it's not fair use to use a leaked image because they can basically copyright strike you for that.
I know. I'm just saying that would be considered proof.
Oh, yeah. Now, an actual news article, they could probably get away with using that in an article because they have press credentials to back them up. The source asked about Finn Poe after seeing Oscar Isaac's comment about how Disney didn't want to be a thing. This is true. JJ fought to make this happen. This is why Oscar is blaming Disney. It's not just a random throwaway comment. He knows for a fact that it was Disney because these discussions happened. The main cast is instantly close with JJ and are just as pissed. Though seemingly more outspoken about it than JJ. During The Force Awakens, Disney was hesitant to hire John Boyega because a woman was front and center, so they deemed that risky enough. So bringing in a male lead who's black made them nervous. You know, that just tells me that means they're a bunch of racists. They're racist.
It shows
And they're
their true
bigots.
colors.
Oh yeah,
No,
they are.
no.
They treated-
No.
Okay,
You got it all
Tommy,
wrong. What this
let's hear
shows is this shows one thing. This shows Disney's pandering to China. Because what do they hate? What do they hate? They hate to see anything with mixed races in China. So Disney wants to try to pander to China as much as they can by not including stuff like that. That's why the whole thing with Rey and Finn kissing was cut when they sent it to China. I mean, these kind of things go in the minds of Disney, you know, execs and everything when they're making these movies, and they tell everybody down on the ground floor, hey, try not to include this kind of stuff when you're making films because we want to release it to China because that's where the money's going to be made.
Oh, yeah.
But the funny thing is, it didn't do well in China. So.
Yeah, because China has seen through it. And you know what? God bless those little commie bastards, but they can see this stuff.
I guaranteed
through it.
Deadpool. I guaranteed because they don't like R-rated movies either. I
No.
guarantee Deadpool doesn't become R-rated.
You know, you gotta wonder how all those kung fu movies came about. How do they make kick-ass kung fu movies with all those restrictions? Jeez.
Well, that was
'Cause
really
you-
before. That was really before a lot of the restrictions had taken place. You know, because everything has kind of calmed down as much as far as like some of the
Yeah.
action flicks coming out of China since they've really come down on everything.
But this is back. It's a lot of these kung fu moves were made before the Iron Curtain in the Soviet Union fell. You know, and it's just it blows my mind that such creativity came out of a communist nation that was controlling everything, and now they have more control now than they ever did, and more censorship than they ever did, which is crazy. JJ fought to make that happen for about 9 months before getting approval. The same issue came up when JJ fought to have Finn and Poe in The Rise of Skywalker, but he lost that battle as he lost many creative battles for this film. Many people, JJ included, came to the realization during this production that the story really is told by shareholders, investors, instead of creatives or anyone at Disney specifically. He tried to make a lot of things happen and was shut down because of this. They had him on a leash, and many blame The Last Jedi for the stricter creative approach. Well, you know what? These are all the exact reasons why George Lucas wanted complete control over all his movies. You know? This is why. This is why he wanted control.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Is that why Pablo Hidalgo didn't like JJ? Because there's been deleted tweets of him saying he didn't like Force Awakens.
And he has every right to say so, and he shouldn't have probably deleted those tweets. You know?
Yeah.
Well, CJ, to be quite honest, wouldn't he just still be a little bit butthurt over everything that happened? You know, as far as what he was doing for the company and how they kind of just like left him out.
You
to
mean
dry?
the expanded universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be a little bit, but he's also the expanded universe fans don't really like him because he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, and you'll have that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, hello there. How are you? Yes, I'm talking to you.
Hello
Well,
there.
Hello there, little.
well, now
friend.
let's take a look at this. All right, all critic 54%, and you click top critics, it's only 49% on the tomato reader. See? Now over here, you got verified audience, 86%. Now you click all audience, it's 78%. And you see the number of this right here, top box office? How can they be at the top? There's got to be other movies that are making more than this. You know?
Well,
I mean, 72 million. They should be at like 1.2 billion by now with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, I've never been able to get into a Star Wars movie on opening frickin' day. You know? How does that happen? How does that happen in this lifetime when you can get into a Star Wars movie on opening day and get good seats? Because there was over 150 seats available in the back and all the seats up front, but maybe a few when I got my tickets to review. The purpose for reviewing. You know? And when I went in there was either 14, a little under 14 or a little over 14 seats spread out still in the upper balcony. And in the lower section, there was a lot of seats down there. There was 14 people or more sitting down there, not by much. Between 14 and 20 people in the front and the back rows where the handicap seats are at. So I don't think these numbers, I don't think they're accurate. We all know that Rotten Tomatoes is just rotten, and pretty much all the critics revolted against Disney. They revolted, pretty much.
But why would you bite the hand that feeds you? Because obviously there's proof that they're paying them off, the critics.
Now, here's my question. Does anybody remember when it was still sitting at 86% audience score, how many thousands of people had put in their reviews?
Yeah, the number was a lot lower when it was still at.
But it was like close to like 50 or 60,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. I think it was at 50,000 when it was at 86%. Actually, Odin, he has live streams that were monitoring the score from beginning until like 2 days later. He kept resetting it, and he would probably know because he screen recorded and shared on the live stream just the Rotten Tomatoes, and he's probably got everything that happened recorded. And he probably occasionally came in and clicked and checked all this stuff. So it's in his live streams that he did all throughout opening weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at maybe something and maybe double at the most, you know, and the score's going to drop that much when it didn't drop the whole time, all the way up to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, I don't know how that actually works with a company like that that's reporting numbers like that. I mean, it's reporting numbers. Wouldn't you think that would be monitored? Because fake numbers are still fake numbers because it's helping somebody out. It's still fraud.
Yeah. Well, Bear, do you have that article that said where that woman that came out and said that they're exaggerating the numbers?
Where was it sent to?
I don't know. There's this woman that apparently came out and said that they're exaggerating the numbers. Let me find it for a second.
Yeah, find that real quick.
All right, so I'm going to give everybody a quick update while CJ's looking for that.
Update on what?
So apparently, I am now not shadow banned. So, I wonder how I came back so quick.
Okay.
But
Hey,
no, go ahead, Bear.
I'm gonna send you a article, and I'm gonna put it in the private chat, and I want you to open it, and I want you to summarize what's in the article. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, guys, if you go and look at my latest tweet, you'll enjoy it, folks. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, it's at Supreme Heretic.
Funny enough, while I was just searching for that, I found an article from 1995.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about Hollywood exaggerating numbers.
Interesting. Yeah, it's freaking wild, man.
You want me to summarize this, Bear?
Yeah, I know that would be very, very
Okay,
difficult.
I shared the 95 article in the chat.
Okay.
I'm still trying to find the other one.
Alrighty. Hey, Drew, summarize that article, please. Thank you.
Should I screen share it or just read it?
Yeah, you can screen share it. I'll throw it up there.
I think most people know this, but okay.
Yeah, just summarize it. It's information, it's what's going on. And just briefly summarize it, and I'm sure Tommy will throw his 2 cents worth in.
Did you screen share it already? Or do you want me to?
You got it up? Here, I
yeah.
got it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Chrome tab. There. All right.
Okay, I just shared it. Ex-Disney accountant files SEC claims alleging books were cooked.
Oh yeah, that's been a thing. Now this has been known for a while, CJ. Like all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's been going on in the background. It's not been really advertised by Access Media too much. Just basic news. Access Media that covers stocks and stuff like that. Market. It's been in market news and stuff like that. Business news.
Yeah, capital is the lifeblood of any business operation. That's what this Investopedia article is saying. And basically, companies raise capital through debt and or equity, which we know. Usually it's a mixture of two, which is referred to as company's capital structure. And they basically go on in the article to say, like, companies such as Disney can get away with a more conservative approach to capital structure and rely on cash flow generated from operations to propel itself. So remember that, guys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
So it says a mature company such as Disney can get away with a more conservative approach to capital structure and to rely on cash flows generated from operations to propel itself.
Jeez. Wow. All right, I just found a little tidbit of something. Let's see here.
The one that I find really interesting in this article is when you get down to capital structure, and you get down to the third paragraph of capital structure.
Mm-hmm.
Disney increased cash from $3.4 billion during the second quarter of 2014 to $6.7 billion in 2019. It also increased its long-term debt by $38.2 billion.
Wow.
From $14.8 billion in the second quarter of 2014 to $53 billion as of October 2019. Disney's debt load spiked during 2019 as it assumed the debt of 20th Century Fox following close of its acquisition of the media company.
Wow.
Also, when that whole cooking the books controversy happened, their stocks dropped, and then they came out with the Spider-Man story.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna bring something up here because this was I'm not to plug myself or anything, but yes, I am a writer for Bounding Into Comics, as everybody knows, and I'm going to reference one of my old articles here because I do think that it's relevant to a degree. So I'm gonna go into the archives here. Let's see. Come on, where's myself? Come on, I just want to play with myself. Okay.
They're gonna clip that.
Really? Really? I don't think anybody would do that. Would you guys clip that?
You know ABC will.
Probably. If he's in the chat.
Clip what?
What
do you want clipped?
I'm not gonna say it now.
No.
Oh.
We'll just let him find it.
Because then someone would be clipping me saying it.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? Like a clipping Inception, JJ?
Hey, there's a message for you.
I called him JJ. That's even better.
Look at the banner. The lady has spoken.
Well, you know, I'm not surprised. Mel is like my chief troll. She also loves me, but she's my chief troll.
Well, you could say she's a lot like your older sister.
Yeah.
And ready to smack you down if you need it.
But she's younger. She does try to be that.
No, I'm pretty sure she is that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I found the article I wanted to reference. I'm gonna screen share. I'm gonna screen share this because this is important stuff. So let me go ahead here and beep bop. Gonna screen share. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Now this is one of the best stories that I've ever written. You know, again, I'm not tooting my own horn, guys, but yeah, that story's awesome.
Shameless plug.
All right. So do you have it up there?
I have the article up there. Yeah.
Is it okay? So everybody can see it. So Chinese company Tencent expands reach in Western entertainment markets, partners with Disney. And this is to give you guys a little bit of framework. This was around the time that a lot of people were looking at the gaming company Blizzard, because of the whole thing going on with the people getting banned in esports and whatnot for standing up to for siding with the Chinese protesters, basically. So
interesting.
I looked into just how much China has as far as a stake in the U.S. entertainment market. And this is going to floor you guys. You know, Chinese companies, obviously, they have a huge stake in gaming.
I don't remember the exact number, but it's not going to surprise me.
Yeah. We have a huge stake in gaming, as you guys know. Any of you out there that are gamers.
Okay.
Perfect World, they own Cryptic. So if you guys play Star Trek Online or Neverwinter, you guys will recognize that. There's a huge company called Tencent, Chinese company. Huge media company, probably the biggest one in China, arguably. And basically, here's the list of the stuff they own. They own and these are all U.S. companies, by the way. This is on the gaming side, but Riot Games, Shark Mob, those are both 100%. Supercell, 84.3%. The people that make Path of Exile, Grinding Gear Games, 80%. Epic Games, which, by the way, everybody knows Epic Games because of Fortnite, 40%. Funcom, which makes The Secret World and Conan Exiles, 29%. I mean, this is crazy, the amount of stuff. So you even think their influence isn't bad enough there. I mean, Hollywood Reporter, they confirmed that Disney and Tencent have agreed on a distribution deal that would bring Star Wars to China. Distribution deal is the first of its kind, allowing Tencent's China Literature, the largest ebooks and online reading platform in China, to license and distribute 40 translated Star Wars novels for Chinese readers. So, wow. So they're trying to bring the EU there. So again, that tells me you guys want to jump forward. Yeah, the next trilogy is going to be based off EU stuff because obviously they made that deal. Yeah, that's coming. So we all know where it's going, you guys. It's going Old Republic. But those of you that use Discord or Reddit, listen to this. Reddit received a $150 million investment by Tencent earlier this year. Then that was in 2019. Discord received $158 million in funding in 2018 by Tencent. So this list should tell you guys our entertainment is controlled. You knew that, but this confirms it. And and all I can say is, pay attention to where your money goes. So there you go.
Okay, copy. Well, now. So, let's see here. Yes, the ex-Disney accountant files a SEC claim alleging books were cooked report. That was the one you sent me, CJ, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. There was another. I think there was another article that covered this guy, either guy or woman. Yeah, Sandra Kuba. Sandra Kuba was a woman who filed it, and I believe. I think they fired her.
Yes, they fired her, and then they tried to cover it up and saying that she was a crazy person.
Right. Yeah, and I don't think that went over very well. Because I don't think any other people were disparaging her, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, what happened is when that news came out, that whole Sony Spider-Man deal came out right after, almost as if a smoke screen type of thing.
Right.
Well, like, look over here while we're doing this over here type thing.
Oh, someone anonymous on August 26, 2019 commented as anonymous. The story of the accounting scandal by Disney is absolutely true. The mainstream news media was scooped by a well-known Disney blog, Cairo Freezer 33, by over a year on the exact same story, but with a different information. Different informants. Oh, wow. They name names and reveal exactly how the scam was done, along with giving a motive for the scam. The article basically independently verifies all the claims of fraud against Disney. Man, I would love to have a conversation with whoever posted that. Yeah, and this is let's do this here.
Andy, what are we gonna do for supper?
I'm working on supper.
Let's see. Let me share that icon there.
If anybody calls me Andy, I'll smack him upside the head. Don't do it, because I know that.
Toy Story.
I know the Andy Griffith means there.
All right, enough fun. So let's see here. Where the frick is that shared tab at?
All right, but yeah, I am gonna probably step away here in a second, guys, because I'm gonna take care of supper here.
Well, on this Deadline article, man, I hope whoever commented that, I have an email that's attached to my YouTube channel. I hope whoever wrote that sends me an email. Yeah. That's an interesting comment. Oh, for sure. So, okay. Hey Tommy, you got the Reddit leak tab up?
Which one are you talking about?
Here, let me do this. I will put it in the private chat. Are you able to get to the private chat, Tommy?
I can't click on it at all. Not from this phone. It doesn't allow me to even click on the links.
All right, let me do this. Because you can get to Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I shouldn't have changed the Zod chat to your icon. There you go. It's in your DM, I think. Mischief, I tell you, mischief. I love it.
Okay, coming up.
Icon.
All right. Here's what I've been told from a source, right?
There you go.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, this is the here's what I've been told from a source. That's the one.
Yeah, I sent you the link. It's
right.
The first one you see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will. Where'd it go? There it is. That's it right there. Now, CJ brought this to our attention on, basically, I think it was New Year's Eve. And we kind of sat on it and didn't really do nothing with it too much. And we probably should have. Yeah, we probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was something else. Source that. There was something else. Oh, I found it. This was also, there was something. So, a repost from the projects currently in development at Lucasfilm. This was from Anonymous. CJ discovered this. He found it. It was this on 4chan? CJ?
Yes, it was on 4chan.
4chan.
So, I bet you some of these bullet points in there are juicy. Why don't you pick a few bullet points, Tommy, and read a couple of those.
All right. Before you guys do your thing. I am just going to wave bye-bye. It's time for supper. So I will check you later.
Bye-bye.
Andy!
Okay, so one of the ones I find in here, the where'd it go? I just lost it. JJ was brought back by Iger, not KK. Disney insisted on more fan service and less controversy. I've actually heard that one before outside of this article. I'm not really sure where I heard it, but I know I did hear that one before. And there was another one, and I already lost it in the article because this article is meandering.
Meandering?
Yeah. They're like jumping around from topic to topic. It's not like a flowing list of topics. You know what I mean? It's not like beginning to end. It just jumps around. So Warner Brothers wants Abrams for some DC projects. My source says that his generation Star Wars is the MCU, and Marvel's biggest threat is a well-operational DC. They want to keep DC in the limbo that they're in right now. Abrams jump-starting that franchise with something like a successful, audience-pleasing Superman movie makes them nervous. Their goal is to make JJ look bad to potential investors. Now, once again, this is something else that was touched on the other article. A lot of this is just rewording of some of the other articles that is already out there.
Well, people have been accused of getting paid off to diss DC movies.
Really? Elaborate on that.
Well, okay. Like when Snyder's movies came out, a lot of critics were being, people were saying that they were paid off to lower the scores on the DC movies, on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was you're talking about the box office figures, maybe exaggerated. The article from July 4, 1995?
I'm not sure, but a lot of the critics, they were, told to, what's the word, diss those movies, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
And the only reason they praised Wonder Woman was because it was a female lead.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you know what? Wonder Woman was worth its merits alone in the quality of the movie that it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Access Media didn't like the fact that it was a good movie. And it had merits to support itself on its own.
Exactly.
So, yep.
Babu Frick was nearly cut because some execs at Disney thought he would be the new Jar Jar. That's actually kind of funny. I like
it. Is funny.
Again.
It's funny because now fans actually like him for some reason.
That's exactly what they say here in this article. They are really surprised that people love him this much. He was JJ's idea, created in collaboration with some artists and puppeteers. The personality was all JJ.
Man,
yeah, a lot of this is just rehashes of other things that I've already heard or seen.
Is there anything about why there was prequel references in the new movie? When JJ has been known to not like the prequels?
I'm looking, but I actually don't see anything about that. I mean, I very well could be missing it, but I don't see it.
Huh. Well, So,
I think I did have a screenshot of blue check saying that they were paid off, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember
I
hearing
wouldn't
about
show
that.
it though because it was kind of.
It was removed.
Well, no, it kind of talks about some stuff that YouTube basically, is a no-no on YouTube. So.
Now, I didn't hear this one before. They say in there apparently JJ felt threatened over leading up to the premiere.
Wow.
I don't remember hearing that one.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing that one either.
And Ryan was never meant to do episode 9, despite rumors that he was. Those are the only two things that I've seen that was slightly different than what I've already heard before.
It's all right.
So why was Ryan brought on?
Ryan was originally brought on for 8.
Really?
From everything I've heard before, I heard that he was brought on for 8. Whether or not he was staying for 9 was up in the air, I thought originally, but they're saying in here that he was never meant to do 9, that he was only brought in for 8. Because for whatever reason, JJ wanted to step away after The Force Awakens. Like, he wanted to come in, he wanted to start it, and he wanted to leave. I guess maybe he's starting to see what a pariah he is to the movie industry, how he destroys franchises, and maybe he thought he'd be doing the franchise a favor by walking away before he finished it. But, yeah. Apparently they had somebody else in mind, and whoever else they had in mind didn't want to do it, and that's why they wound up settling and bringing JJ back in, because he wasn't supposed to come back either. He was only supposed to start the franchise reboot back off with these sequels, and he was supposed to walk away.
Wow. Well, there was a nice little leak tidbit that I'm pretty sure nobody talked about, and CJ sent me a screenshot, and I believe it's from 4chan. Repost of all projects currently in development at Lucasfilm. The Mandalorian Season 2, Kenobi, now retitled to Old Ben. Cassian Andor series is on hiatus. Scripts are written, but Old Ben is being given priority. Clone Wars Season 7 and a potential Season 8. Star Wars Detours may or may not eventually be released, but Lucasfilm is sitting on it.
That's like the Robot Chicken type thing.
Original trilogy, archival editions, restored versions of the OT. There was a lot of liability to releasing this one, but it's planned to be released eventually. Old Republic film trilogies, originally helmed. Oh, there you go, Drew. There you go. Looks like Disney's going to do something with the Old Republic. You're not going to like that, huh?
Well, that's
Old
what
Republic,
they're kind of setting up.
Yeah. Old Republic film trilogy, originally helmed by the GOT guys, Game of Thrones guys. Yeah, we know, Dumber and Dumber. Now searching for replacement directors. Echoes of the Future, Broadway music. Really?
Yeah, I could see that happening because Warner Brothers did that with Harry Potter.
A musical? Really?
Yeah.
Follows Rey immediately after episode 9.
Well, like I said, Warner Brothers did that for Harry Potter. It's called The Cursed Child.
Johnson's trilogy working title is Offspring of the Jedi. Really?
It sounds like
all the Skywalkers are dead. There's no Skywalkers left.
Well, he's probably going to talk about that kid, the broom boy.
Yeah, probably.
Something stupid like that.
Is surprisingly not canceled. It actually hinged on the critical success of The Rise of Skywalker. It's not a critical success. If it was a success, they would have made 1.5 billion by now. You know?
No, they're saying it's whether or not like the audience don't like him or they don't like the sequel trilogy characters.
And to finish that thought, which was Johnson's ultimatum to see if he's really hated by the fan base or if it's characters and settings itself that the fan base hates. The Glare of Thrawn. Standalone movie was just greenlit for, but projects like this always fall through the. Where'd it go?
Fall through the cracks.
So they fall through. No, they didn't say that. No, they just fall through. So don't think about it too hard. Project Luminous, a multimedia project covering multiple books and comics that take place after Episode 9. Jedi Fallen Hope, an EA game. Yeah, it kind of matches up with Fallen Order a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
New Jedi Order, an animated series.
Sequel.
Probably. By Filoni following Luke building his new order. They want Mark Hamill to return and voice Luke.
I remember getting a leak for that, like something similar, but it was called. Well, it turned out to be Resistance, but they kind of matched that in the leak.
Right. Well, see what's going on in the chat. Well, I guess that's the last leak tidbit. And we've been going for an hour and 23 minutes. So let's see here. Okay. Well, folks, why don't you guys go ahead and throw your channel information out there, and we'll
I'm Tommy. You can find me at Tommy on YouTube and at Ratty Rackinson on Twitter. If you want to see what an angry guinea pig can do in his spare time, come on by and check me out.
All right. CJ?
And I'm the CJH. You can find me on Anchor.fm, the CJH podcast. You can find me on my Twitter at the CJ Hogan. And you can find me on YouTube, the CJH.
And I'm looking for your link.
Got it up.
Oh, you got it? All right. Cool.
I got his YouTube and Twitter up.
All right. And as always, Final Death Star is part of the Late Edition crew and the Fourth Wave crew. Because the Fourth Wave, Late Edition, and the Late Edition, we are all part of the same crew. And we are rising together. So that's Final Death Star's link. Go over there and show him some love and show some support. Now we got Sporking News Podcast. He really likes that love, so send him some love. He really likes that. Gives him something to talk about.
Yeah, my host still needs subs.
And we got The Real Review 3000 with Chris Knight. Go over there and show him some love on his channel. Don't forget, on Sundays, we have the Mandalorian Roundtable on the Chris Knight channel. And those of you that know Bounding in the Comics has a YouTube channel. And Drew is on there from time to time when they go live. And go over there and show them some support and sub to their channel.
Drew is the latest addition to my stable of hoes, and he really could use your support. So please, I know there's been some kind souls that have got him over 100 subs, but he needs more work. You people need to sub to him.
Hail to that. And author Stephen Walton channel, go over there and sub and show some support. Don't forget, he is the author of the Phantom Menace volumes.
Hail.
Hail.
Happy streams.
Now, Sean Stackhouse, sub to his channel. I've been on live streams with him. He's a great guy. Check him out. Show him some support. Now, Itchy Baka on YouTube and Twitter. Support him and show some love. Yeah. Because Itchy Baka really helps us out and provides us with some really good information. He also has Star Wars is Dumb website. Great place for a lot of good information. So, okay, let me see here. All right. Now, Data Racer on Twitter. He also brings us lots of information, gathers lots of information. Go over there, follow him, and show some support. Also, I've also live stream with Shellback as well. Go over and show Shellback some support. So, seeing if I missed anybody.
I'd like to throw somebody in there.
Yeah, throw whoever you want in there, man. Let's shout them out.
And if none of you have ever been by,
yes,
please go check out John Talks. He does really, really good work, and he is a tremendous supporter of the community.
And with that, we'll rock this out. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, y'all.
Now let's show them some pretty art to look at as we rock this one out. All right.
I was watching the screen on the computer waiting for it to end, and I just remembered that.
There we go. A little bit of artwork to send you out. Hail to the Phantom Menace. So, you folks have a great time. Be very naughty tonight. Have some fun. It's Friday. Drive safe. Be well. Just don't fall into one. Hail to the Phantom Menace.
Hail.
Hail. Well, we got Immortal that showed up. I guess we're going to stay for a little longer.
Yeah, it's still alive.
Yeah, we're still live. I almost ended it. Yes, we're live. You're on, man.
Well, how's everybody tonight?
Oh, we're doing good, man. I think the party just got a little bigger.
Oh yeah, I'm actually traveling roadside at the moment. I work construction and big fan of Bear, big fan of the Fourth Wave. So, shit, what are we talking about tonight, gentlemen?
We all subverted everyone's expectations.
Yes. Yes.
We sure enough did.
We thought we ended it, but
we thought we ended it, but guess what? Psych! Immortal Coil showed up.
yeah.
And it looks like Tommy.
I had a question for you guys. Do you feel, and forgive me if we've treaded on this ground and I just wasn't there, do we feel any sympathy for JJ in light of this story that like his cut of the film was shat upon?
Well, may I answer first?
Sure. Sure.
That's my answer.
Is this the entertaining?
Sorry for JJ at all. That guy's dug his own freaking grave. I mean, does anybody remember what he did to Star Trek? I don't feel sorry for him. He's an egg-headed clown.
Yeah, so basically this is the answer for the sympathy for JJ. Look at the banner. Yeah.
The guinea pigs will get you.
Yes, they will.
Forgive me, I'm traveling on a busy highway, so.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Let me know if there's any pointed questions at all.
Man, you got the floor, man. Say whatever you want to.
Not the floor. Okay, so there is this rumor going around that there was actually a George Lucas cut.
Everybody's I've heard the same rumor.
Yeah, everybody's saying release the Snyder cut. Well, I want to release the George Lucas cut. When do we get that? What do you think that's about?
Yeah.
I don't really think there is a Lucas cut. I mean, quite honestly, because if there was a complete Lucas cut, that means that they would have had to have paid him for his time. I mean, do you really think that they're going to waste time paying him to do a special cut of his own when they know they're not going to include it? I mean, to me, that just doesn't make sense. Then again, you know what? Disney doesn't do a whole lot that does make sense.
I could see them almost shitting their pants and feeling like, okay, this movie has to perform because we've invested $4 billion on top of the millions of production costs. And then, hold on a sec, this is a stupid truck.
There's a truck? Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, sorry, Optimus Prime was driving by. So George Lucas is pleaded to please do something with this, but then they show the film to their financial backers. And these are the people who might not even be studio executives, but might have a hand in shaping Disney film policy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So maybe they didn't like the Lucas cut, even though the test audiences loved it, from what I've heard.
Well, maybe they basically didn't want to give the fans a bone, you know? How dare they give us anything that we really want to see, you know?
Well, and they didn't have any problem boning us without taking us to dinner when The Last Jedi came out.
Yeah.
But I hear you. It sounded to me like there were too many diverse factions that they tried to please with this movie. And I guess everybody came away with like, yeah, well, but it still wasn't a resounding success as they would have hoped. And I think actually they didn't take The Mandalorian into a consideration, and everybody was so about that nobody really they responded lacklusterly to the movie.
Yeah, it was a lackluster.
Well, I mean, they're still at the point where that movie is stalling out, heavily stalling out, and it's not going the way that they expected. I'm pretty
and it's
sure.
Super funny.
To take a line from Luke,
go ahead.
Jake Skywalker.
What was that?
Oh no, it's fine. Continue your thought.
Well, it's just super funny to me when actors and production people, who I assume were behind all the leaks, had so little faith in the movie that they were just willing to like, yeah, guess what happens now? Guess what happens the next time?
Yeah.
Now, here's a quick thought for you. What if let's just say, for giggles, that there was a Lucas cut, okay? Let's just say that this really did happen and it's really there and it's ready to be released. It's finished. They just cut it from the film and replaced it with something else. What if they're not releasing it because of whatever contract George has drawn up with Disney? He would get percentages of that film like he is rumored to be getting from the original and prequel movies. What if that's the reason it's cut out and that's the reason you're never going to see it?
Well, I think that's very sound logic. I agree that Lucas is probably getting paid percentage points for the use of his characters, which is why they were so eager to kill them off and introduce their own substitute Kool-Aid versions. That's not a bad idea. And then just to kind of tease him, throw him a carrot, say like, hey, help us fix this, to pick his brain essentially, but then not end up using it. Yeah,
it's
that's
a
not a
freaking
bad
travesty.
hypothesis.
It's a travesty. Yeah, they I think they handled him, and I think he had a feeling he was being handled. Yeah, they gave him the sand treatment. You know what I'm saying? They use sand.
I think nobody handles George Lucas except for Mrs. George Lucas.
Yeah. They screwed him over, man. There's no doubt about it. They screwed Lucas over. And someday the all the percentages that he gets and all that, someday that's going to come out. I mean, look what Iger did. He wrote a freaking autobiography and released it a month before The Rise of Skywalker, letting all the dirty deeds, all that stuff out there. Blows me away. Why in the world would you put all the dirty laundry out there when you're about to release a movie? There's
you know how dirty deeds are?
What?
They're done dirt cheese.
Yeah, done dirt cheese. Yeah.
Well, and there's obviously in complete logic behind why he would do it, because all eyes are going to be on Disney with the release of this movie, because this is going to be the end of the Skywalker saga. You must see it. This is the movie of the decade, and it's a steaming turd. But anyway, he knows that everybody's eyes are going to be on Disney, so what better time to come out with his novel, regardless of how ridiculous everything that is in it, you know, the backlash that he may get from it, it's going to draw attention because the attention is already focused on Disney to begin with. And if he is planning on making a presidential run, there is no better time to self-promote than when the company you are with is getting all kinds of attention, good or bad.
And even if he's not aspiring to politics, he's running his company like a political machine. And every politician tries to shift blame, right? So it's not Bob Iger's fault. No, he hired Kathleen Kennedy to create the Lucasfilm Creative Group. And yeah, she has the full power to hire 29 different directors, but only keep 3 of them. You know? Yeah, I was just the president of the company. That was their fault. I delegated that, and they messed up.
Internet
I mean,
problem.
yeah, to me, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory why I did it. I don't know.
Could you guys hear me? Apparently, I had an internet glitch.
They're onto your channel, Bear.
Apparently.
Yeah, we better wrap this up with a pretty bow, or they're gonna be knocking on your door soon when they get the trays.
Yeah.
They're sending the razor clams in.
The Knights of Ren.
I got an answer for that.
Yeah? What do you got?
Right there. Yep. There we go. Look at the banner right there. Yep.
The guinea pigs will get you.
Yep. Not just
all will be assimilated.
Not just any guinea pigs. Trained guinea pigs by Tommy. And apparently I speak guinea pig. So is that hashtag guinea pigs lives matter?
Yes.
That was funny, man. Every time I said hashtag guinea pigs matter, the guinea pigs were purring. Every time I said it and entered it into the chat. We were having some fun on live stream, and we were watching from a yard. And every time I'd say it, the guinea pigs would just purr. Darndest thing I ever seen.
I heard a rumor that on Tatooine, every time a Greedo shot a guinea pig, he said McClunky.
Oh, yeah. The mystery of the McClunky.
Yeah.
Be sure and smash that McClunky.
I think that, quite honestly, that might have been George just telling all the fans exactly what's going to happen. Because George is apparently the one that added the McClunky into that. So I think he knew where everything was heading then. And that's why he put it in there. It's just like a little, hey, this is where it's going. It's going to McClunky.
So basically, and the way I understand it, the edit happened just before the sale was finalized.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Wow, that's interesting. So basically, he could have put that in there on purpose, hoping that maybe the Phantom Menace would find it.
He was perhaps exposing his white slavers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the greatest comment
McClunky.
of 2019.
Oh, man. McClunky. So use the McClunky, people. Use the McClunky.
McClunky all over it.
Yeah, McClunky all over it.
And then share your McClunky with your next partner.
Yeah, share your McClunky. Share the McClunky.
The power of the McClunky compels you.
With all McClunkies combined.
I just noticed something. Oh, I wonder how my hashtag I created is doing. I made a hashtag. It got 1 like. It's hashtag certainly not the fans. Certainly not the fans. Yep, that's the hashtag I created. And it comes from the leak. The leak from Reddit. Yep. Yes, indeed. And here you go. Hail, Markless Earth. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Yep. I wonder if they covered that in the Reddit leaks at all.
Well, in the rumor that I heard that addressed Mark's point was that JJ had filmed that scene, but then and see, this is where I'm curious. Maybe the chat knows. Is JJ being set up to be a victim, or does he actually feel that way? You know, because I heard a lot of things about Ryan Johnson's quote-unquote trilogy being contingent upon the reception of Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe Ryan Johnson does not deserve a movie, and Disney knows that, so Rise of Skywalker is being thrown under the bus. But then again, Disney does stand to make more money from streaming service, because that's like an easy how much per month? And that's repeated millions of people who contrastly go and see the movie one time. So they might rake in, what's the figure now? Like, did they even reach 1 billion?
No, they're
They never really truly hit 1 billion. It's all
let's see here.
exaggerated.
Star Wars right now, top box office is at 72 million.
Okay, so
and on the tomato reader, when you click the info thing and the thing pops up, it's all critics are 54%, and if you click the top critics, it's only 49%. Didn't it once upon a time? Didn't Rotten Tomatoes only show the top critics?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah, they redid their whole structure so that you had to be a registered ticket holder to actually,
Yeah, that's disingenuous. That doesn't count anything but Fandango. So if you don't buy your ticket through Fandango, you can't basically review the movie.
Wow, they're really assuming a whole lot with this movie.
Right.
So the movie has crossed 815.4 million worldwide, and they said, and will cross the 1 billion. So they're already assuming that it will. I mean, there's always a chance that this thing may stall out and just die before it freaking limps over to 1 billion. There's still a possibility it may stall out and die.
Well, I think it'll reach 1 billion if they keep it in theaters, just like they kept Captain Marvel in theaters.
Right.
They'll have to keep it in theaters twice as long as they normally would, and then when they get the to DVD and Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray, they'll probably top it off with those sales after they put it on sale. So yeah, when you click the top critics, it's 49%, and all critics together, 54%. And if you click all audience, it's still at 78%, 151,306. And verified only count 79,000. So if basically the real score is 78%. And 78%, if you drop in, what do you have to drop to for it to be rotten on the audience score? Is it 60? Once it hits 69, does it become rotten?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
As well, but was this a manufactured bomb?
Say that again.
I am unsure about Rotten Tomatoes, but was Rise of Skywalker a manufactured bomb? Because we kind of got that with Solo too. We can see when critics are all aplomb about the movie and oh, it broke so many barriers and it's so artistic, and it's and then the audience shits on it. Somehow it still manages to keep afloat, but I just wonder. It seems like the media is being manipulated about Skywalker.
I just pulled up Metacritic, and we'll share that real quick.
I mean, like I said earlier, everything surrounding this movie should have already made $8 if it was anywhere relatable to a good Star Wars movie. Because you're talking about the last in the Skywalker saga, the last movie that's going to be in theaters for, what they say, up to 5 years. You're talking about a pretty substantial event, and it is really not getting the attention that you would assume something of that caliber would be getting.
So basically, Little Woman, I can't even read that, whatever that is. That's Uncut Gems. Knives Out is beating out The Rise of Skywalker. So The Rise of Skywalker Metacritic is 4th on this thing here. And it says it's 54. Let's go in here and take a look. So yeah, right there. It's 54. See all. Based on 60 critics. This is all based as 60 critics. 4 were negative. 37 mixed. So the people that were 30 that were mixed, they were afraid to really say what they wanted to say. In 19 positive, it's not a lot. 19 positive, that's not a lot. So 54 on the Metascore. Of course, they're burying the bad ones. Oh, 20. Wow. Scene view. The Rise of Skywalker offers us nothing but toadying supplication to the worst aspects of fan culture. There is no story to tell here, no characters to care about, no ideas to explore. The film is pure construct, a box built for its own sake, at long last open with excruciating listlessness, revealing nothing but its own vapid emptiness. My God, that guy didn't like it. He did not like that. Wow. I would say he definitely did not like that stuff. Wow. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you just fine.
All right. I was having some internet difficulties, and I couldn't hear you guys. I knew you guys were talking. So yeah, there's that. There's the.
Still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
So I didn't hear him.
Yeah, he muted himself.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, man.
Thought my phone was acting up again.
Well, hey, we're going to go ahead and jump off because Friday Night Tights is starting and all that, and go over there and show Gary some love and smash that like button for him. And thanks, Mark Lazerth, for hanging out and showing up, and we appreciate you. Anybody that's in the chat, we really appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And
thank you all for being here.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Hail to the fourth wave.
Hail to the fourth wave. Now, Final, put something in the chat. I want to see if I have you modded. Yeah, I want to make sure that you're modded. Mortal?
Yes, sir.
Throw something.
Sorry,
in the
I was
main,
distracted. Go ahead.
Right. Throw something in the main chat.
Oh,
I want to see.
Bounce out of my thing.
Yeah, put something in the chat so I can double check and make sure you're modded. Lightsaber. There must be something weird going on with the... Okay, there we go. Okay, put something else in the chat now. You shall see your wrench appear.
How many people are watching?
Oh, there's 5 watching right now. Gary's live streaming pretty soon, I'm thinking, and
I've never met Gary.
haven't you watched his live stream?
Sometimes, yeah, but
There
I
we
think
go.
he only reads the super chats, doesn't he?
Oh no, he reads the other chats too. You know, he tries.
Yeah.
He tries really hard.
Yeah.
They all do. Doomcock, Gary, they all try really hard to get to those super chats, and they try really hard to get to the chats in the audience too. You know, they got 2,000 to 3,000 people super chatting and chatting all at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's
Gary's one of those ones where it's like there's so many people, it's like sometimes it's overwhelming.
yeah. But yeah, Gary and Doomcock, they get a lot of people in their chats, and you know, Gary wishes he could read every chat.
Yeah.
He tries to read most and all that, but he does what he can.
Yeah.
And
once you get to that point, I would imagine it's extremely difficult.
Yeah.
All right,
All
you
right.
guys. Well, I
So-
think it's great. I think it's great that we had a good night. I got to dip out and take care of things. Did that chat show up in your?
Yeah. I modded you,
Cool. I appreciate that, sir.
so that way, if I miss it, you can throw your link in there because I'm looking for your link now.
Here, I'll get it.
Okay, thanks.
I appreciate that because otherwise I have to dip from the show. I only have
Here it is. Found it.
cell phone until maybe a week from now. I just got a tech
Right.
upgrade. Blah blah blah.
What kind of
So,
cell phone you got?
Right now I'm using the OnePlus 7 Pro, so it's very comparable to the latest greatest Android. They make a lot of cell phones for them, and that was
And
actually
you said
a suggestion.
OnePlus makes it,
Yeah, OnePlus.
so that's an equivalent to the Galaxy S8.
Yes, and actually Snowdub, our friend, recommended that to me as a alternative to spending hundreds of dollars. So
Right.
the drag point is I can only do cell phone production for my main videos, but with my tech upgrade, hopefully I'll be able to do a weekly live stream, and I'll have all you guys on, and we'll discuss the peas
Right.
and carrots of entertainment, as
Well,
it were.
I have learned if you use the built-in browser, like on a Samsung Galaxy S8 Active, the browser will time out in about 10 to 12 seconds. After 10 seconds, it starts getting staticky. Once you hear that static, get back to the browser so it stays. Otherwise, it'll refresh, boot you out, and then you got to go back in. And
Interesting.
on the Chrome browser on Android, it will take about a minute and a half to 2 minutes to time out. So if you're make sure you're using Chrome and use it in desktop mode because mobile mode for streaming don't work.
Yeah,
They
I'll talk to
really
you
need to
behind the scenes.
that.
The first few, the first stream I'll probably do by myself, but I'm gonna have so many guest stars on. You guys, your heads will spin. So yeah, I'm gonna dip out. You guys have a great night. Have a chat. Have a fourth wave. Talk to you later.
Hey,
Mortal Tinger.
wow, you must be in a hurry. His bladder must be floating like mine. Here's the more coffee.
What the?
That was my 5-year-old and 6-year-old. They're probably arguing. They did. Ooh, sounds like they made Big Brother mad. What they do is when he's playing a video game, they'll go down there and turn the TV off on him.
Oh wow!
And they would then, you know, the little power strip.
Yeah.
Well, the power strip button glows, and they hit that, and you know, it's on like Donkey Kong. Big Brother gets very upset. He was playing in a tournament.
Oh wow!
And in Fortnite, and they turned the TV off, and he was not happy about that. he when the TV went off, he got sniped.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So
So
the thing about that is they'll look back on to those happy memories.
right. So I want to start doing this on a regular basis and pick a particular day at a particular time where we do this. And we got quite a few people in different time zones.
Yeah.
But that's what the community creator chat that we have for the Fourth Wave is for. It's for those people to come on. That's why it's there. So that way we can promote them, promote their channel, and share their links, stuff like that. That's why we have them there. So we can have them on the Fourth Wave, have them on the late edition. And that's what our purpose is. We want to help everyone grow. And Tommy, you're awesome. Thanks for bringing your guinea pigs. CJ, thanks for bringing those particular 2 things to us on, it was New Year's Eve that you brought them to our attention.
Yeah.
The leak that I read from, I copied it to a Word document. And I think there's even active links on this.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I got the links too. So it's post number 1260849 on 4chan. Interesting.
Very interesting.
So if anybody would like a hold of those leaks I got, send me a DM on Twitter. So yeah. Man, we got 19 likes. We appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. Smash the McClunky. And let me see here. I want to check something out. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, let's see. All right. You know, I'm always looking in the YouTube audio library, and darn if they don't sometimes have some really good stuff in there. And I found a few different things that were kind of really got a little boogie to it in the foot beat, you know.
I think they also have sound effects if you look really.
Yeah,
close.
they do. They do have sound effects. Okay. Click the share audio. Chrome tab. This one's called The Shepherd. Yeah, I thought this one was interesting. So yeah, I took 3 different tracks. I blended them all together and made one funky beat.
Very funky.
Yeah. This isn't the one I blended, but this was one of them I used. Actually, I used all of them. 4 of them. So, thanks for taking part. and we appreciate you. Hail to the Phantom Menace.
Hail.
Hail.
And listen to the music play. The guinea pigs will get you. Smash the like button. Hail to the Phantom Menace. Bye-bye. McClunky, smash it.
McClunky.
Good night. Have a great one.